Love Shack. Love Shack. Okay. Intro music. Intro music alert. No. That song's just been stuck in my head all day because I got a war flashback, literally, of me in third grade at my Montessori school. And like Montessori schools, or at least the one I went to, it was like multiple grades in a classroom. So it was like first through third grade because the school's so small. And we had to like bring in a talent for class. And other people were like juggling or reading aloud or something like that. And I was like, dance to Love Shack. And so I brought my sister in from her class, her other class, my younger sister. And then I had our dance teacher from our dance studio choreograph a little ditty, and I brought it to school, and we danced to the Glee version of Love Shack. Yeah. Yeah, don't play with me. Don't play with me because I'm too powerful, simply put. And I was at work today and I was like, it was like a vision, like That's So Raven style. And I was like, oh my God, I did that. It was insane. But, happens to the best of us. And the people loved it, don't worry. And the crowd loved, they were gagged. Everyone enjoyed it, especially my teacher, especially Miss Karen. Shout out Miss Karen for that. Supporting the arts, always. Always a girl in the arts. But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to Wait, It's a Podcast with your host, Kayla. Episode 4, 5, or 6. I can't remember right now. Welcome back. We're excited. Night shoot today. It's nighttime, and I'm filming this instead of first thing in the morning because I wanted to switch it up. And I'm exhausted because, pulse check, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted for why? Because today, my old job, I would get like free tickets to things in the city because of the kind of institution it was. It's a huge dance institution in the city. So, and I still like kind of work there. I'll like sub sometimes, whatever. But my old director reached out because they had free tickets to Live with Kelly and Mark on, I think it's ABC. And they were like, anyone who wants them, like they just need to fill the seats for like this specific episode. And I was like, absolutely, I want. And I went to another taping of it with a friend of mine, like last winter, and Darren Chris was the guest, thank God. And again, throwback to Glee, I was living out my Glee dreams and it was amazing. But I was like, I would absolutely love to go again because it was so much fun. And it's truly like a hilarious thing to do at 8 a.m. because everyone in the crowd is like minimum 50. And I'm like sitting there with my friend and it's just giggly and it's amazing. So it's like, definitely I'll go again. And I brought another one of my friends, Caroline, if you're watching this, shout out. And we go, well, oh my God. So we have to be there at 8 to like check in, but we have like we had to sit in the front row. It's like kind of VIP, relax, but kind of VIP because we're through an organization. And we show up at 8, we check in and everything, and we have to go through like TSA style check-in, right? And I work afternoons into the evenings some days of the week, including Wednesday today when I'm filming this. And so I was like, okay, after we film this, because it's done at 10, I have like an hour and a half to kill, but then I have to go to work. So, but also I love to save money. So I was like, obviously I'm going to pack my lunch, put it in my bag, and bring it to the filming because literally why not? It's a free country for now. So I pack my lunch, I bring it in my bag, and I'm chatting with Caroline. We're in the checkout or the TSA line. It felt like TSA, Jesus. And it's my turn to go up. Okay, to go through the lie detector. Hello? It felt like it, and we'll get to that, to go through the little metal detector. Before I go into it, they check my bag. The minute the guy opens my bag, I must set the scene though. Excuse me. This is what I had in my bag. I had a burrito. I had like chocolate granola. I had chips. I had a cheese stick. I think that was it. It wasn't crazy, but it was a little wild to bring to a show because usually you can't bring all that food. And then I had a water bottle that I emptied out because I'm not stupid, okay? But I did bring an entire meal. He opens up my bag and he looks down in it, looks up at me, and he just shakes his head. And I was like, oh, what? Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? And he just shakes his head and he goes, are you kidding? I was like, of course not. Lunch. Like, girls gotta eat. Girls gotta eat and not drop a ban to eat lunch. So I packed it. What's the problem? And he was like, you can't bring this in. And I was like, perfect. I'm not trying to get in trouble today. I'll throw it out. Don't even worry about it. And he was like, no, that's like not gonna work. I was like, okay. So I can't throw it out? And he was like, no. And he's just staring at it and he's looking through and he was like, looks over his partner and he goes, she's got so much food in here. And I go, okay, now you're talking about me. Now you're talking about me in front of your coworkers. Can I just throw it out? And then he looks down again. He looks through it. He looks at his coworker, looks at me, and he goes, looks me up and down. He was kind of sassy. Looks me up and down and he goes, you're going to have a bad day today. Okay, I must know. Someone tell me what you think when a security guy is checking your bag and says you are going to have a bad day today. What goes through my mind, if I can be oh so transparent, is I think, oh my God, someone planted a gun in my burrito and now I'm about to go to jail. I was framed. That's what I'm thinking, okay? So that's what I say. I'm like, oh my God, am I getting arrested? He then looks up at me and goes, what? No. That's like reasonable. Like, you saying you're going to have a very bad day, he meant, spoiler alert, he meant you're going to have a bad day because I'm going to make you throw it out. I obviously think I'm going to have a bad day because I'm going to jail. Who thinks a bad day is just throwing out my life? I was like, yeah, I'll throw. That's why I asked 4 times. Yeah, I'll throw it out. That's not bad to me. Anyway, it all wraps up because he looks at his coworker and his coworker's like, just let her take it in. And he's like, he looks down again at my stuff, zips up my bag, and he goes, don't open this bag till you leave the building. Hey, that's a threat. Okay, but I listened. I took the threat and I listened. And I didn't open the bag. You better know that. I didn't open the bag once until I left the building. And he let me keep the food, which thank you, because I didn't have to drop $20 on my lunch. Okay, she's a saving girl. She loves to save money. So that's great, and I'm thankful. But what was that whole hoopla if I was ultimately going to get to save the food? I was stressed, and anyone who knows me knows I'm like kind of a goody two-shoes, so I'm stressed. And so now I'm like, do I have an enemy in the security officer? What happens? What happens if I don't know, faint, need CPR? Is he going to reject me because I brought food in earlier? Like, do we forever have beef? How long does this last? Or the minute I leave the building, are we good? You know what I'm saying? And when I left the building, he didn't say anything to me. So I think we're okay. I think it's okay. I think I can have a relationship with ABC in the future. Here's to hoping. I don't know. It was nuts. I just never experienced something like that. I don't know. Did you guys hear that? Someone dropped like their entire life outside my door. Anyway. But we go in, and the filming of the show was hilarious. It's so funny to watch, like, and cute to watch like 50 to 80-year-old people be so hyped on like a show. It's such like a Gen X show, a boomer show, and it's so cute, and the segments are so silly and confusing sometimes. The humor is so those generations. It's so much fun. Caroline and I were on the floor the entire time. Oh my God. First, okay, so many funny things happened. First, there was an entire segment on toilets. Should you raise the seat? Should you lower the seat? Initially, ha 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 ha. Once we get 10 minutes in, I'm like, hello? We're still talking about toilets. Now people are yelling from the crowd about the toilet seat, their preference. What's going on? It's 8 a.m. What's going on? So funny. So much fun. We finished the first taping. Colin Farrell was the guest. Love Irish King. Love to see it. So funny. And then Leanne Morgan was the other guest. And she's so giggly and warms my heart because I love a Southern woman. We all know this. So they wrap up filming though after that. So we were like, so much fun, cool. We're out of here. And by 10, it was done. And then they were like, everyone stay seated. We are going to film a couple segments for future episodes, which didn't happen the last time I was there. So I was like, oh, this is different. This is kind of new, but like cool. Right. So we sit there and they're like, first, Kelly and Mark are going to change. Right. So we sit there for 25 minutes and they then come out to film like another episode. So we have to like stand up and cheer again, which is so funny. But they also come out in the same outfits. And so we're like, what was that 30 minutes for? Because hey, they're wearing the same fit. Fits eight down, but it's the same fit, I fear. So we were so confused. I was looking at Caroline, she was looking at me, and we're like, okay. And we did the same segments, like their daily segments again, and it was hilarious to do again. And people had started leaving by that point because they thought it was only going to be an hour, so they were bringing in other people to fill the seats, and it was just so silly. Oh my God. And then after they wrap it up, we were like, so much fun. And the time's ticking. So I'm like, I got to get to work. So this was super fun. And they're like, hey, everyone, stay seated again. We're going to film the second time we filmed. So we filmed one episode that's supposed to air tomorrow. We filmed a second episode that's supposed to air in June of 2026. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Which is hilarious because they do this segment, which is trending topics. And I was like, oh my God, Genie, looking into the future, trending topics. Anyway, then they do another segment. Well, no, they wrap up the second episode and we're like, cool, sick, I'm going to head to work. Then they go, everyone stay seated. We're going to film another episode. Okay. And at this point, I'm having the time of my life. And I'm like, okay, I got to get to work, but like I am living for this. Kelly and Mark leave. They come back in and like just stand up and cheer like it's a new episode. The minute they sit down, they start the episode and they go, hello, everyone. We just want to start off and wish everyone a happy Passover. Huh? Oh, okay. So now we're in March? Where are we right now? April? Like, what's going on? I was on the floor. I can't even begin to tell you. I was like, what the hell is going on? Am I in a simulation? That was the most fun I've had. The best 3 to 4 hours before work I've ever had. I was like, this is epic. And then I hightail it out of there and run to my job. But we made it, grabbed a coffee, and I was good to go. But I am exhausted tonight because I just got home, but it was a giggly, fun time. Minus the almost arrest, but it's okay. We bounced back. But I wanted to do a little recap because I told you guys I went to a Halloween party, or I was going to one, and I went to it. Here's Kayla in the future. And I went as Sid from The Bear. Epic. Io Edeberry, the queen she is. Epic. It was such a success. Okay. One of the best costume duos. Okay. So hello, because I had a Carmi. Shout out Carmi. So we did win. So shout out us for that. And it was so much fun. And I love Halloween party. Let's get into this because I've been thinking about this since I left the party because it was so much fun. And it was at someone's apartment. And it was allowing me to reflect upon the art of the house party. And I feel like that art has been lost, or maybe I'm too young to just be a part of it because, me and my friends, we're trying to work it out. We're living with our parents. We're just getting our first apartments now. So maybe the art of the house party hasn't reached us quite yet. Maybe that's it. So I'll speak from my own experience. But house parties are so fun. They're never not fun because they're intimate enough where you feel comfortable, but there's still new people you don't know that you're mingling, but actually mingling in a way that the bar sometimes doesn't allow for because you feel like you're in a wide open space with complete strangers because that's true versus a house party where it's a friend of a friend of a friend and you can meet new people and it's so fun. And I was like, I need to bring the house party back. It's my responsibility. I need to bring it back. I don't think it's left, but maybe like for me and my friends, it needs to be brought back and I'm going to do it. So I've decided I'm going to start hosting house parties and it's going to be freaking epic. And yeah, and it's going to be a good time. So watch out. That's a threat. Like that security guard, Jesus. Watch out. But yeah, I just had so much fun, and it's been a good Halloween. I mean, Halloween's this weekend, and I don't actually have plans for the actual day of Halloween. Like I have a rehearsal for myself, and then I'm just coming home. So Halloween this year is actually chill, but the events prior to Halloween have been so fun, and we've had a time, dare I say. Um, but why? Okay, so you'll be proud of me. I've started writing down notes of what I want to discuss. So there's kind of a through line. There's kind of a journey we're going on instead of me rambling for 40 minutes. And so I wrote here on my list, meeting another Southern, my love of home. Oh, now I remember. I was like, what does that mean, Kayla? So yesterday at work, 2 days ago at work, I met someone else who works in my building, and she was so nice. And she introduced herself, and we got to talking, and I found out she was from Georgia. Shout out. And I'm from North Carolina. And we're just talking about our love for the South and, being in New York and moving because she just moved last year, and so did I. And it was so great. And we had this wonderful conversation, which just made me warmed my heart because I love the South. I do. My heart will always be with the South, though I love being in New York, and the people in New York are great as well. And I think it's so fascinating because the older I've gotten, or especially since moving though, my love of home and my understanding of home has kind of transformed immensely because I was born in North Carolina. I went to college in North Carolina. So I think for the longest time I was thinking of escaping North Carolina, not like a witch hunt, but like just ready to move on, something bigger. I always felt like I was bigger than where I was. Like I think every kid feels that way. Uh, but since leaving, I find myself often becoming so overcome with emotion because I love my home, and North Carolina is home, and there's so many parts of it. And whenever I meet people here from North Carolina, it makes my week, my day, my month. Whenever I go home, it's the most cathartic time. Like it's like nothing else, and it's needed. You know, and to see people there, it's forever nostalgic, the state, but especially like going back to my hometown and everything. And I've definitely gotten to a point, probably because I live somewhere else, I romanticize it to an extent, probably in the same way I romanticized New York before I moved here. But it's just had me reflect a lot about eras of your life and transitional periods and like what home is and how that may change over the time, how it may stay the same. But the older I get and the more I live different places or travel different places, I think I'm becoming more cemented in what home is or who home can be, and what it means to me and how I value it. And it's so special. So yeah, I was thinking about all of that in that moment with that girl. She probably is like, why was that girl staring at me so longingly while I was like rambling on about school and whatever? And it was because I was going through all of that in my brain. Like I was like, oh, I love home. Um, but yeah, life's been good. It's been a good week. Not much going on. Halloween weekend, and using my AMC A list membership because I haven't in the last couple weeks. I there was a period of time I was going to the movies with my A list as an A lister because I'm an A lister. Yeah, did I mention that? I'm an AMC A lister. I'm an AMC A lister. AMC A lister. Yeah, so it's when you have the AMC. No, I'm kidding. It's so annoying, but I do think I'm better than everyone because I have it. But there was a period of time where I was using it 4 times a week. Like I was going to a movie every week. I was seeing Sinners. I've talked about this. I would see the same movie over and over again if I liked it. Bring Her Back. Oh my God, that was amazing. But since I started working and just life's been busy this fall, I haven't been to as many movies, and I must, and I mean must, go see Regretting You. I mean, I must, the new Colleen Hoover. Um, I'm in for a giggle. I heard it's like not good. And don't get me wrong, I love a good movie, but I also love like a movie that's kind of bad, but it's good. I will always eat that up. So I can't wait to sit my butt in a seat and watch. So that's also going to be, that'll probably be my Halloween plan. That's a good Halloween plan because everyone's going to be out in the town. It's going to be packed. Every bar is going to be insane. Every club's going to be wild. But the AMC, my local AMC, that's where I'm gonna be. That's where the party's gonna be. But anyway, yeah, life's good. Today's kind of a shorter episode. I when I wrapped up the episode a couple days ago that I released, I was like, Jesus, Kayla, because I'm a yapper, but I was like, I kind of have to ease everyone into the fact that I can talk for 40 minutes at a time. I've got to ease everyone in. I'm going to start with 15. I'm going to start with 20. And then I just went on and on and on last week or a couple days ago, whenever. See, time doesn't exist for me. That's how long I talk. Time like stops. Could be last week, could be a month ago, could have been yesterday, who knows. But I'm like, I need to ease everyone in. Talks for 40 minutes. So that's not going to work. So this one is actually only going to be 20 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up. But yeah, life's been good. It's been a good week. Exciting stuff. Shout out Live with Kelly and Mark. Shout out that security guard. Okay. Hope we're besties for life. Never even got his name. Should have gotten it. That's my dog. Anyway, yeah, but I'm good. I'm excited to see you guys in the next one. And thanks so much for watching. And yeah, bye guys. Here's to episode 6 or 7 or 8, whichever one we're on. Oh, and the elephant in the room we must discuss. I'm so sorry. The elephant in the room today, my microphone is a toothbrush holder because it only felt right. Yeah. All right. Bye everyone. Love ya. Mwah.